A very good morning, Fabio here, and thank you so much again for tuning into this daily video where we analyze the major dollar pairs such as EURUSD, pound dollar, and of course gold. So starting off here with EURUSD, and then we'll dive into the other pairs as well. On euro dollar, we can very clearly see that the pullback has been initiated, and overall, after sweeping that weekly swing low here to our left, that we've seen a very heavy reaction in towards the upside. Now, if we go down a time frame into the daily, there is not much yet to say for the bulls until obviously we break this daily fractal high. This is the daily fractal high that broke structure over here, and it is the fractal high because it is the most recent high which broke this previous low. Now, I get a lot of questions, Fabio, why is this not your fractal high, or why is this not your fractal high? That is because it is not the most recent high, guys. When we look at fractal structure, you always need to look at the most recent high, and a recent high is formed over here because we see that pullback, right? You see the push down, you see the pullback, and then you see another push down. That's why it is the most recent high that broke this low. So obviously today we could potentially still look at shorts. However, it is not looking very good. However, the dollar is still fractal bullish, but I will be keeping an eye out if we respect this black line or not. Once the black line is broken, then I do think that there is potential for some higher pushes up in towards the upside. And if we go in towards the 4-hour time frame, what you can currently see is that this over here is your daily fractal high. Now, the thing that I do not like about this daily fractal high is the fact that it is kind of like the beginning of these descending highs above which lies liquidity, right? So it would not be surprising to kind of see that get taken out. On the other side, it is currently rejecting after sweeping these highs over here. So let's see what it does. Maybe we could already see like this 4-hour bearish change of character again and see the sell-off. However, today it is looking like EURUSD does want to push up higher. And I do think, and I would not be surprised if the daily does in fact break that daily fractal high, okay? So going onwards into the dollar index is also not looking very good at this moment. However, we can see that the daily fractal low has been respected. Again, this is the most recent low that broke this high. Therefore, that is the fractal low. So what you get here is the push up, the pullback, and then a push up. That's why this is the fractal low, and this down below over here is not your fractal low, okay? So overall, daily fractal is still bullish. Obviously, once the black line breaks, then yeah, we'll be looking at further downside, going towards the 4-hour time frame, and then you can very clearly see that the market is still in bearish order flow as well on the 4-hour. At this point in time, what I'm looking at is the fact that we have gotten this as our 4-hour area of supply. So it's not strange if we do retrace this morning and we do respect this 4-hour fractal high. As long as we do, then we should head down lower. If we break that 4-hour fractal high, then obviously we could head up higher again. But as long as it is respected, I do expect lower prices from the dollar. Again, today is a very important day as we have inflation numbers coming out, which are going to move the market heavily. So I do expect some kind of massive movements within the market overall. Looking at AUDUSD next, what we can see there is the fact that we have still continue to pull up higher. Again, with AUDUSD, it is not as clear as with euro dollar. Yes, we did swipe the weekly low over here, and after a swipe of the weekly low, what do you expect? You expect a pullback, then go in towards the daily time frame, and then what we can see here is the daily time frame, however, is still very bearish. Both the swing structure and the fractal structure are bearish. Only until we break, or only once we break this black line high, that is then the moment where I'll be looking to go long on AU again. If we go lower in towards the 4-hour though, we can see here yesterday we formed some fresh area of supply. However, not very high probability due to a few reasons. One, obviously we did not yet retrace all the way back up into premium. We can very clearly see with the premium versus discount tool that the 0.5 fib was still untouched yesterday. And furthermore, there was no real, let's say, area of supply right in here. Nothing really fresh, nothing really clear for myself. This over here could have been a supply zone. This over here could have been a supply zone. This could have, but again, mitigated over here, mitigated over here, mitigated over here. So nothing really fresh, nothing really convincing to push AUDUSD down lower. Hence why I was not very interested in looking for a sell opportunity. Preferably on AU, I would just like to see some higher prices for now. And for now, the 4-hour fractal structure is bullish. We broke this 4-hour fractal high. Therefore, this is now pretty much your area of demand that is currently in control. So do keep in mind that AU should push up higher today. Yeah, that should happen. based on the technicals. Now, going into GBPUSD, we can see over here as well that a pullback has been ongoing. Obviously, what we mentioned in yesterday's video has pretty much come true in the sense that this was the 4-hour high break. Then what happened is that we saw a retracement in towards the downside, and then from there we've continued up higher again, reacting pretty much to this area of demand. Now, we can see that GU is stalling. It is waiting for those inflation numbers to come out, and then I expect a heavy reaction to occur. We also have GBP inflation numbers coming out, so it's a pretty big day, or these already came out, excuse me. So we're just waiting for the US numbers to come out as well. You can see a lot of manipulation here on the lower time frame with those numbers coming out in Great Britain. You can see here, push down, push up, now it's pushing down again. I think it's just going to consolidate pretty much inside of this range over here until we see those US numbers come out, and then we're going to see the real move happen. For now, still we are bullish on the 4-hour time frame, right? So this is currently the fractal high over here, this line, and this is currently your fractal low. We made a retracement into the 0.5 fib, and obviously if we zoom out a little bit, then there is still, similar with AU, a lot of room to push up higher on this thing. If we just draw in the fib, then obviously where do we have liquidity? We have liquidity above this high over here. So preferably today I would see a further upside movement on pound dollar. That is preferable, but if we obviously do push down lower and break that black line, that is then the moment that I'll be looking for shorts again. But for now, it does seem more like GBP wants to head up higher. Going into NZDUSD, what are we seeing over there? So NZDUSD had a very nice area of 4-hour supply yesterday. As we can see over here, 4-hour supply zone, we have all these descending highs over here where liquidity lay above. However, the thing was that we had then gotten this 4-hour supply zone over here, or not that there was a thing, but we had reacted to this 4-hour area of supply, yes. Then we retrace all the way back up into premium, yes. So there's a lot of confluence for this potential trade to play out. Then at this point in time, this is your 4-hour fractal high. This is your 4-hour fractal low. And this is the fractal structure, because here you see the push up, retracement, push up, and then a breakdown, breaking this low over here. So then you form a fresh area of supply over here. So you should push down lower. However, the thing is that there's a lot of numbers coming out in the United States, and that will cause a lot of reaction. That's why you're kind of seeing us here stall. We're consolidating. So what I'm now looking for is, if you want to get in on shorts on NU, because yes, we have now grabbed all the liquidity, I'm now just waiting for this to happen, to break the low and then get in to a potential short, because otherwise what will happen is that NZDUSD will just follow the other major dollar pairs and the dollar, of course, in moving in either direction. So it's not very smart to trade NZDUSD independently. You kind of always want to trade these major dollar pairs in coincidence or in correlation to each other. Now, obviously, looking at the dollar, what I want to see is, I want to see it, if we take a short on NU, I want to see it break this fractal high over here on the 4-hour time frame, only then, because otherwise we could just reject this again and then NU will just push up higher. And then last of all, of course, we have gold. So what is happening to gold? Gold at this point in time is pushing up higher. As we can see, yesterday, did we get anything on the lower time frame? So yesterday, the supply chain overall provided somewhat of a reaction, but we can see that it's more just kind of like consolidating. Now we've broken up higher, so definitely bulls are in control. We can see here a break of this internal structure. Again, another break of this internal structure. So for now, I would only be focusing on looking at the further upside until we break this area of demand, go in towards the 4-hour time frame, and then this line still stands. If we break that 4-hour fractal high, then yeah, obviously we'll be interested in some longs once again on gold, back up into an all-time high. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Wish you all a fantastic trading day and speak soon.